It's the middle game of our series here in Tulsa, and I'm joined by Manager Steve Buechele after his team won 3-1 last night. Team has had success here on the road trip, and last night, Neil Ramirez, a good outing, 6 innings, scoreless baseball. It really looked like for a guy that couldn't throw much of anything for a strike, he really battled through it.
Yeah, it's one of those nights, and he's had a couple, and I probably due to fatigue of sorts, but where he hadn't had his good stuff. But I think what you like to see was he competed and he battled and he found a way to get outs when you don't have your good stuff, and that's what big leaguers do. They don't have their good stuff every night. I'm willing to bet that most of the nights, a lot of those pitchers don't have their best stuff, and they find a way to get through it and get outs. And Neil was at his best when he needed to be at his best and gave us a chance to win. Is
that really a good gut check where you see maybe a second level of a guy? Obviously, players have talent. Every player in that clubhouse has talent, but what's underneath it, the character and what they're able to do when things aren't going well for them, that's what maybe revealed in Neil last night.
Yeah, I think you can call it a gut check or what kind of character it reveals, but I also think it's a sign of maturing as a pitcher, where he's learning how to get guys out when he doesn't have his best stuff, and when he has, he can make adjustments on the fly, and he did that last night when he got in jams. So more than anything, I attribute it to just maturing as a pitcher.
I bet you're happy to get Alex Buchholz back too.
Yeah, it was last night. No, you know what? It's amazing what one guy's name in the lineup, what a difference it can make, and having a little presence, have some power presence. And he's happy to be back. And shoot, last night, the one hit, the one mistake on their part turned into a 3-run homer for us, and that was the difference in the game.
It's nice to see as well a guy coming back from AAA. So often you'll see a guy go up, have a little bit of success at a higher level, and then come back down and then go into a funk, whether it's the change of scenery or maybe it's a little bit of disappointment that you didn't stick up there. But Alex has had hits in his 2 games since rejoining the team, and of course the big Bob yesterday.
Yeah, and players react differently, like you said, and I think at the start Alex wasn't getting to play very much, and he wanted to play, and I understand that desire to play. And then when the Rangers went out and signed Tian and brought him to AAA, just when Buck was probably starting to play a little bit more, they signed Tian, and Buck came back to us. So he's obviously going to get a chance to play every day. And in this organization, I've always said that whether it's AAA or AA, we're unique in the fact that the AA team is so close to the big league club. We're 30 miles down the road, and they're not hesitant to come here and get help if they need it.
You look at the way the team has played the last 3 ball games, it almost feels like a rewind to how this team played in the first 2-3 weeks of the season. Get out to a lead sometime by the middle of the game and then just rely on the bullpen, and that's been the formula that's worked here lately.
Yeah, I wish we wouldn't just stop at scoring 1 run. The other night in Springfield, we scored early in the game and then shut it down. Thank God, so did Springfield. But any win on the road for us this year has been kind of tough to come by, and to start this trip winning 3 out of 4, and again, the way the bullpen's been keeping those leads for us, and the job that they're doing is great.
One of the big reasons you got one of those wins was Carlos Pimentel the other night, taking a no-hitter into the 6th inning, just pitching one of his best games probably of his career as he goes 7 innings, 1 hit, no runs allowed. And Carlos has just kept it up start after start. All he does is strike guys out and work through 5, 6, 7 innings.
Yeah, I think it was his best game of the year the other night, where he threw his fastball down, was able to locate it, and his break and stuff. His slider and changeup are both good, and that slider is a wipeout pitch if he gets ahead of guys, and that doesn't matter right-handed or left-handed hitters, they can't hit it. But it was a nice boost for us, for sure, for him to go out, and like you said, and I agree, it was probably his best of the year.
We're here with RoughRiders manager Steve Buechele. It has been a merry-go-round of player transactions. Here it is May 26th, and we have had 26 transactions with this team, so averaging 1 a day. A couple more with Arlet Mavari coming back. He should help bolster the bullpen depth a little bit.
Yeah, we're going for a record this year, I think, in player moves. But you know what? You never know what's going to happen at the big league level. Injuries, the trickle-down effect, and it's all part of the game. We got Mavari back, which will help us. And we just claimed Joe Benson off of waivers from Minnesota, and he'll join us tonight. He'll be in the lineup. So a lot of player moves. Hopefully they'll all work out.
Have you had a chance to talk a whole lot with Joe about probably the whirlwind that he's been going through, and a guy who was a lot expected of him in the Twins organization gets a fresh slate here with the Rangers?
Yeah, I did. I have gotten a chance to talk to him, and as he put it, it's kind of like the first day of school. This is a new organization for him. He doesn't know any of the players, so I think there'll be an adjusting period for him and probably a little bit uncomfortable, but I think the guys on the team, myself and the rest of the staff, will make it as comfortable for him as possible. And I think sometimes when you get a kid like that gets a fresh start, good things will happen.
In his case, do the Rangers give you any sort of directive as to how often they want to see him play, given that it's a guy that the organization does not have a ton of stock in, but is well regarded, or at least as a couple of years ago is thought of one of the better prospects in the game?
Yeah, I know he battled injuries in 2012, 2011. Got off to a little bit of a bumpy start this year, but the directives, I would imagine, since he's a roster guy, is he's going to play. We'll find a spot for him in the outfield. We'll let him go out there and show us what he can do.
Finally, Ross Wolf made his return to the major leagues earlier in the week, and I know that everyone in that clubhouse was thrilled to see Ross get another chance in the big leagues. What were you thinking when you heard that move was going to happen, and then when you saw the kind of success that he did have?
Oh, God, we were thrilled. I mean, you know what? He's done everything that we asked him to do, and I say we here in AA and whatever they ask in AAA, whether it was relieve or start, be the long man, be the closer. He was always willing to take the ball. He never complained. He just wanted the ball and wanted to go out and throw. And I think that perseverance and that kind of attitude certainly paid off. And to see him get the start, get the win, it was awesome.
It's almost storybook, too. He's pitching against one of the major league teams that he pitched for and didn't have great memories with in his time with Oakland. So he gets the win. He gets to stick around. He's going to be used out of the bullpen by the Rangers. And at the same time, he is an example for everyone in the clubhouse to say it doesn't matter if you were picked up off of free agency on your fifth or sixth organization. If you can perform, you can contribute, you're going to have an opportunity.
I think you hit it right on the nose. If the guys in this clubhouse can't look at Wolfie and his situation and what he did and learn from it, in other words, when you're asked to take the ball, no matter what the situation is, you take it, you go out and do the best you can, and no complaints, do it with a smile on your face. I think the example he set and it's awesome. It's unbelievable. It's a great story for him, and hopefully these guys will take a little stock in that.
Well, Boo, congratulations on the win last night, the good start to this road trip, and best of luck out there tonight.
All right, thanks, Alex.
That's Steve Buechele. We're back after this on the Frisco RoughRiders Baseball Network.